Alright, so welcome to Final Cut Pro here. So I've got this clip here, and this is where we're going to be getting this video from. So the reason I'm showing in Final Cut Pro is I just really like the way it works better to create a cinemagraph. It's a little bit easier. You need more footage to do it in Photoshop, but I will eventually be showing you how to do it both ways. So we have this image here, and what I'm basically looking for is where this horse's head is sort of still and makes a chewing motion, at least one chewing motion. So I actually have that right here. So I'm going to actually drag, and this is a little teeny tiny clip. I'm going to drag that down and reduce that audio. And now we're going to copy this clip. So I'm going to Command C to copy it and Command V to paste. And I'm going to paste it a whole bunch of times. And then I'm going to select it. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it a whole bunch more times. All right. So now I've got, it looks like a little over 6 seconds. So that's good enough. So right now we have basically, if we just run this thing going real fast, real fast, real fast, real fast. Okay, and that's fine. So what we need to do is reverse these clips, every other clip. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through here and select every other image. The reason is because it runs through and then it runs through. We need it to go here and then back, here and then back. And that's going to give you that sort of chewing motion, or that motion that looks like it's more fluid. It doesn't have sort of that hitch that you see. The trick here is the last one of these, and I don't know if I did this right. Nope, we need this one to this to be the last image. So now that we have all these selected, we're going to go up here and put reverse clip. And we're going to take this one and delete it because we want our last one to be a reverse. So now if you see it, it's slower and it seems to reverse and make more sense as to what the horse is doing. So since when he chews and everything moves, I'm going to need to select almost his whole head in this image to make it look realistic. Normally you would just circle a little teeny point, but you'll see that line of where the horse's jowl moves. See, I mean, a horse's teeth go way up into here, so we need to select this whole area. So what we need to do is create a clip on top of these that we can, actually we should probably copy this, put this here, and we'll use this clip because it's going to get split probably. So we're just kind of go in here, and now we're going to create sort of a frame, just a still frame where nothing's moving. So I'm going to hold down Option F, and you can see we've got that still frame, and I'm going to move that up above. The problem when it does that, it splits your clip in half. So we're going to get rid of this part of the clip. I'm going to hit Command minus to make this a little smaller. I'm going to drag this up to the front. And now we want to drag this the whole way the length of the clips. So now you'll see when we bring this down here and we run it, nothing is moving because this is over top of this. So what we need to do is kind of punch a hole or select this out so you can see through to here. We want everything still except for that. So what we're going to do is create a mask. Now I have if you go into Effects to Mask, you're going to see this. We have Draw Mask selected. I'm going to drag this over to this top frame. And now, once I click on this, it is going to want me to set a point to basically come in here and draw from. So draw mask, you can see it's telling you to click. So we've selected the clip up here. And now I'm just going to basically go around here and select out this horse's head. We'll probably go up here and get all of his ears. Just see if that works. Alright, I'm going to move this little point up a little bit. Just can click on it and drag. Alright, and we'll drag these out a little bit farther just in case when he chews he actually moves. If he goes beyond that point, it will cut it off. So I think his jaw motion is going this way. So the last thing you want to do after you've kind of selected out is click this invert mask. that's going to allow that part to show through. So now if we come over here, you can see we've got the horse chewing and moving, but nothing else in the image is moving, and that's basically a cinemagraph. So the point here, from now on, what we're going to do is want to export this. So if you want to just export this as a video file, that's great. It will work as an export a video file. You can also add audio. And what I'm going to do is actually, at this point, I'm going to actually create a compound clip. So I'm going to select everything. So Command A for all, and I'm going to right click and hit new compound clip. And so we'll call this Cinemagraph Clip 1 and hit OK. And so now you can see it's created a just kind of compressed and flattened those images into one clip. So now we have basically this horse doing the cinematograph or the motion. And the reason for this is I want to go in here and just lighten this image up a little bit, because it's just, I forgot to shoot it on the correct settings on my DSLR, and it will crunch and get a little bit dark. So we're just going to come in here and open that up, make it a little bit flatter. That will just read a little bit better as a video. Alright, that's pretty good. And then I'm going to come up here to video all, and I'm going to slide down to sharpen. And here we go at sharpen. So I'm going to drag sharpen onto this image, and that's just going to get this a little bit sharp. Canon just shoots, because of the low pass filter, a little soft, so we're going to sharpen that file up. So that looks pretty good. So now we're going to save that. So I'm going to come up here, hit master file. We can call this Cinemagraph. That's fine. I'm not going to use this for anything. So the settings here are 1920 by 1080. You can see these are what I'm using. I'm doing video only because I don't have any audio in this. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit next. We'll call this Cinemagraph Horse Chew, and we'll save that to the desktop. And you can see this should zip through real fast. Here's those files. So I'll open up Horse Chew, and we can click on that. You can see there's the cinematograph of the horse chewing. So hopefully that's been helpful. You've learned a little something. Hold on a second and I'll show you how to load this file into Photoshop and then create a looping animated GIF with it. So it's very easy. So give me a second and we'll switch on over. I'm literally just going to drop this file into Photoshop. Now I will tell you, and I have a pretty fast Mac, this runs slow as molasses. So here's our file. It automatically opens up into the timeline within Photoshop. Drag this over a little bit so you can see it. So you can see the cinemagraph's actually already done. So we can try and see if this will just export out and work. Sometimes there's a little hitch going from here to here. Now there's a way to solve it. But what we're going to do first is try to fix that without to see if it will work without doing it. So we're going to go up here to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. Now this is the pain in the ass slow part. I will probably stop. This will sit. It's basically rendering this video now. And so until it's rendered, it's not going to actually open up the dialog box. Alright, so here's the Save for Web dialog box. It takes a while to come up because I've got it selected on Optimize, so it's doing everything so we can see it. What you want to do is select GIF, Selective, Diffusion, Colors at 256, 100% dither, this no transparency, snap, lossless, monitor color, metadata, so it's adding the copyright and contact. I actually prefer all. Here's where you're going to do the size. Like, I'm not going to run this that big, so I'll change this to 1080, and that will work better for this image. And looping options forever, and that's going to give you that endless animated GIF. Alright, and so you can see it's kind of timing itself out here again in processing that new information that I changed. And then you're going to go ahead and click save, and then it's going to come up, and so we'll save this to the desktop CINEMAGRAPH horse-chewing.gif and hit save. And it might take a little bit of time here. You're going to get that thing look where it looks like it's crashing out. To make sure it's saving in the right spot, it takes a little bit. And once that's done, I will open it up and show you how it works. File, open file. We're going to go to the desktop. Here's the CINEMAGRAPH horse-chewing GIF, and we'll open that up. And you can see there's our little horsey chewing away. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those below. And don't forget to subscribe.